You won't believe what happened over Memorial Day weekend that shook the music world in a way no one saw coming. Chicago Mike Sumler, the longtime hype man and stylist for the legendary band Kool and the Gang, died in a tragic car crash in Mapleton, Georgia. But here is the shocking part. Mike was known for his energy, his style, and for lighting up the stage for more than 30 years. The news of his sudden death left fans in the music community stunned. This is how a night full of music and celebration turned into a heartbreaking tragedy. Michael Sumler had been part of Kool and the Gang's extended family since 1985. At first, he worked behind the scenes as a stylist and choreographer, making sure the band looked sharp and moved perfectly on stage. But over time, he became much more than that. He was a fixture on stage, hyping up crowds with his signature dance moves and excitement. Many people who went to Kool and the Gang concerts knew him as Chicago Mike, the man who could get the whole audience moving with just his presence. His connection with the band and their fans was special. He was part of the magic that made their performances unforgettable. On the night of the accident, Mike had just performed at the Maple House Barnes Amphitheater. He was part of an event called An Evening of Funk, which featured Midnight Star, Con Funk Shun, and Rose Royce. After hours of dancing and sharing his energy with the crowd, he got into his car to head home. But fate had a cruel plan that no one could have predicted. Shortly after midnight, on Veterans Memorial Highway near Buckner Road, his car collided head-on with another vehicle. The impact was severe, and Michael Sumler died at the scene. The other driver, shockingly, was not hurt at all. The news spread quickly. The authorities confirmed the details of the crash, and the music world began to mourn. What makes this story different? Michael Sumler's death was not just the loss of a band member. It was the loss of a symbol of joy and style for generations of fans. Kool and the Gang issued a statement remembering him as their longtime wardrobe valet who made sure the band looked their best, and also as the man who brought crowds to life with his energy and dance moves. The band and community felt a deep sadness knowing that someone so vibrant was gone so suddenly. Now, the question everyone was asking was how something so tragic could happen so quickly. The craziest part was that Mike was full of life just hours before, performing in front of a cheering crowd. Destiny took an unexpected turn that night, turning a celebration into a nightmare. As the investigation began, people wondered what really caused the crash. Was it just a tragic accident, or was there something more behind it? This was where it got interesting. The story was far from over, and new details might come to light that could change everything people thought they knew about that night. Michael Sumler's story was more than just the tragic crash. It was about a life full of passion, style, and music that touched so many. From the moment he joined Kool and the Gang in the mid-1980s, he quickly became an essential part of the band's identity. Known not only for his work behind the scenes, but also for his vibrant presence on stage, Chicago Mike was beloved by fans and band members alike. He was more than just a hype man or stylist. He was the spirit that kept the crowd energized, the person who made every show feel special. His unique moves and infectious energy became a signature part of Kool and the Gang's performances for over 30 years. But here's the shocking part. Even with his strong connection to the band, Michael Sumler never sought the spotlight for himself. He worked quietly and passionately, making sure the artists looked their best and the crowd stayed engaged. His dedication went beyond just a job. It was a calling. He was known for his attention to detail, his creativity in styling, and his ability to read the crowd and bring out the best in every performance. What made this story different was how someone so vital to the band's image and sound stayed humble and focused, always putting others first. After the crash, the local community and music fans came together to honor Michael's legacy. Mapleton's Mayor Michael Owens spoke about the loss, saying, "We are heartbroken by the loss of musician Michael Sumler. Chicago Mike contributed so much to the music and entertainment communities. His style and energy added flair and excitement to Kool and the Gang for decades. The impact of his death went beyond the band. It touched the entire region and music lovers everywhere who had seen him perform or heard about his contributions. The respect and affection for him showed just how deeply he had influenced those around him. What makes this story different? The timing of Michael's death, so close to the band's recent challenges, made it even more painful. Just last year, Kool and the Gang lost their drummer, George Brown, a founding member of the group. The band had already been through a lot, and now losing Michael Sumler added to the feeling of heartbreak within their circle. The group was still riding high after being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024, a huge honor that celebrated their decades of success. Yet, even at this peak, tragedy struck, reminding everyone that fame and success couldn't protect them from life's cruel twists. But here is the craziest part. Despite these losses, Kool and the Gang's music continues to live on, inspiring new generations. Their songs like Celebration, Ladies' Night, and Get Down on It remain some of the most sampled and loved tracks in music history. Michael Sumler had been part of the band's story for a long time, adding his own unique energy to their legacy. Destiny took an unexpected turn that affected not only Michael's family and friends, but also fans around the world who grew up dancing to their hits. The night of the crash, the joy of music and celebration was suddenly replaced by sorrow and questions, leaving many wondering what would happen next. The crash that took Michael Sumler's life was sudden and shocking, but what really caught everyone's attention was the strange and unexpected details surrounding the accident. Authorities reported that Sumler's car collided head-on with another vehicle shortly after midnight on Veterans Memorial Highway near Buckner Road in Mableton, Georgia. What made this incident so puzzling was that while Michael tragically died at the scene, the other driver walked away without a scratch. How could such a severe crash leave one person unharmed and the other dead? This is where it gets interesting. People started asking questions. Was it just a freak accident, or was there something more unusual about that night? Investigators were careful not to jump to conclusions, but rumors and speculation began to swirl quickly. Some wondered if speed was a factor, or maybe weather conditions played a role. Others questioned if distraction, mechanical failure, or even something suspicious might have caused the collision. Let me tell you, the uncertainty only deepened the tragedy as everyone awaited the full report to understand exactly what happened. Adding to the mystery was the fact that Michael had just performed live at an event celebrating funk music, surrounded by friends and fans. One moment, he was full of life, dancing on stage and hyping up the crowd. The next, he was gone. Destiny took an unexpected turn, cutting short the life of someone who was still at the height of his passion. This sudden loss left people struggling to make sense of the situation. How could such an energetic man who brought so much joy to others be taken so quickly and without warning? The band members and close friends of Michael were left in deep shock. They described him as a man who was full of positive energy, always ready to bring smiles and excitement to any room. His death left a huge void in the music community and among fans who saw him as more than just a performer. He was family. The band statement showed their grief, remembering him not only for his work behind the scenes, but for the life and spirit he brought on stage. We're deeply saddened to hear about the passing of our longtime wardrobe valet, Mike Sumler. Mike worked alongside Kool and the Gang from 2004-2015, making sure the guys looked their best on stage every night. He also enthused the crowd with his energy and dance moves, the statement said. But here is the shocking part. Even with all this grief and questions, the investigation into the crash remained ongoing. No final conclusions had been made public, and new information could still change the story. This was the point where many realized this tragedy might have hidden layers, and the full truth was still waiting to come out. What makes this story different? The crash was more than just an accident. It was the start of a deeper mystery that grabbed attention far beyond the local community. Michael Sumler's sudden passing not only left a hole in the hearts of his family, friends, and fans, but also raised bigger questions about the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of fate. After decades of lighting up stages and hyping up crowds, his life ended in a way no one could have foreseen. Destiny took an unexpected turn, proving how quickly joy can turn into sorrow. What made this story different was the way his death echoed far beyond just the music world. It touched communities, fans, and even local leaders who recognized the unique role he played. In the days following the crash, tributes poured in from all corners. Fans shared stories of how Chicago Mike had made their concert experiences unforgettable. Many recalled his infectious enthusiasm and how he seemed to have an endless supply of energy, dancing, and moving with a joy that was impossible to ignore. The mayor of Mableton, Michael Owens, expressed how deeply the loss affected the town. Mike's style and energy added flair and excitement to Kool and the gang for decades, he said. The city mourned not just a musician, but a community figure who had become part of their cultural fabric. As the investigation continued, people awaited answers, hoping to understand the full story behind the crash. The circumstances were still under review, with authorities examining every detail to uncover what led to that fatal collision. Meanwhile, fans in the music community struggled to process the loss of a man who had been a constant presence in their lives for so many years. The band's recent induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2024 was a testament to their lasting impact, but now that celebration was tinged with sadness and reflection. But here is the craziest part. Even with all the sadness and unanswered questions, Michael Sumler's legacy remained alive and vibrant. His contribution to music, style, and entertainment continued to inspire new generations. Kool and the Gang's hits like Celebration and Ladies' Night kept playing, reminding everyone of the good times and the spirit Michael helped bring to life. His energy and dedication left a mark that death could not erase. In the end, Michael Sumler's story is a powerful reminder of how fragile life is and how quickly things can change. It's a story of passion, dedication, and unexpected loss that still holds questions waiting to be answered. This is where it gets interesting. As we remember Chicago Mike, we also wait to see what the future holds for the band and the people he touched so deeply. For now, all we can do is honor his memory and hold on to the joy he shared with the world.